Welcome back to WGIV 103.3 FM, the Soul of Charlotte. And for those streaming live at WGIVcharlotte.com, this is The Clever Artist, and I'm your host, Shirley Jackson. If you're just tuning in, we're discussing giving back. Before we begin, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Jewel Tool, America's first originator of the see-through grinding and polishing tool. Their website is JOOLTOOL.com. Their toll-free number is 1-888-337-1230. Again, their phone number is 1-888-337-1230. You can find them on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Joining us today is Sherri and Rick Wright. Hi, Sherri. Hi, Rick.
Hi. Thank you for having us here.
Hi, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. Now, the reason why you're here is part of our show is we're talking about giving back. And the one reason for this segment is to help you and your event. And I would like to know what your event is all about. Or would you tell the people what your event is about?
It is about my husband and I trying to adopt our 10-year-old grandson who is autistic, he has Asperger's, and he has Tourette's, anxiety disorder, and he's bipolar. And Dawson has had this dream for a while, and he's even brought it up in his counseling sessions, how badly he wants to be adopted. So my sister and I decided to put the fundraiser together to have different vendors come out to raise money for the attorney fees.
That's wonderful. You know, and it's really not, I mean, considering that for the different types, or different ranges of illnesses he has. But the one thing that really stands out is that he has a dream and a goal, which most kids at his age, 10, doesn't have one. They have maybe, I want to be an astronaut, and the next week I want to be a dentist, and you're like, whose teeth are you going to pull? Because I'm not letting you near mine. So tell us about the event. Where is it located?
There's going to be two events. The first one is February 8th and 9th from 9 to 4 p.m. at the VFW Hall, 2500 North Cannon Boulevard in Kannapolis. And the second event is February 28th and March 1st, and that's at Mount Vernon United Methodist Hut on Archdale Road in Trinity. Okay.
So, and the fees are, if they're a vendor and they want to sell their items at
either place, it would be $30 per day.
Okay, awesome. That's actually a really good price considering some of the event fees that go on.
Yes, it is. And that includes your table.
Oh, no lunch? I'm just kidding.
No lunch.
What? We're not going to cater lunch in? No, I'm just teasing. But here's the thing. Remember, if you want to be a vendor, make sure that you bring your own tables, your own tents, your own chairs, everything that you need for, to actually be able to sell your product at that event. Don't call these folks up and say, hey, will you supply me with a tent, because it's not happening.
Right.
All right. We're just going to let you know right now. So, also, too, is they can actually get in contact with your sister.
Yes, and her name is Peggy Brown, and her phone number is 336-880-3554. Or you can call me, because I'm handling the one in Trinity. My name is Sherri, and the phone number is 336-848-8108.
Okay, great. Now, I know that some of the things that you had mentioned that your grandson has, I'm not real familiar with. I know bipolar, and I know the autism. What are some of the others? I don't recognize them. What does that do?
Tourette's is a form of certain tics, and it could be facial expressions. And he's not verbal Tourette's right now, but he does have his legs will kick out and his hands will go. His face gets a little bit distorted.
Okay. All right. And so I do that on a daily basis, but I think I do it on purpose. So if you see me doing that, I just want to let you know that I do not have any condition. I just, I'm just crazy and I just act that way on purpose to make people laugh. So Sherri's sitting beside me going, okay. And Rick is now a fly on the wall and he doesn't want to be associated with this conversation. Am I right, Rick?
I thought I was doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah, you're over there hiding really well. Now, how long has this been a dream for you?
Well, we've always wanted, when we knew that we were going to get him, he was 10 days old when we first got him because he was in the hospital for the first 10 days of his life with pneumonia. And then he was released to my husband and I. And so we've had him since birth, basically. And we've always wanted to be able to adopt him, but we haven't had the funds.
Well, and that's the one thing that is sad because that's actually a reality for a lot of people that are in the same position. I mean, as I have 8 grandkids myself, so I know what it means to be a grandparent, and also a parent. But to have that desire and that will to raise a child with different disability, with several different disabilities at once, that makes you very, very special and very unique because not a lot of parents or grandparents are equipped or ready to handle those type of situations. So I have to commend you both on being able to take on that responsibility. And from the looks of it, when I met you seem to enjoy your grandson immensely.
Yes, we do.
And you learn patience.
You learn patience. There's no praying for it, right?
No.
Now, does he have any artistic abilities that he does? Mathematics or painting or anything like that?
He's very good in history. He has an IQ of 116. He goes to Mount Calvary Christian School. He goes to church every Sunday.
Aww.
But when he was in 3rd grade and they did the fine arts at his school, he won first place in history. And he got an award and everything. He was very proud of that.
Wonderful. It's really funny. I remember I got beat up a lot at school because I loved history. I took history as an elective. I took world history as an elective. And, you've heard, see the kids, they play chess and what have you, and they have these clubs. I was all by myself. There was no club. There was no history club or nothing. But for some reason, I was just so fascinated. And everyone, I remember my yearbook had thought I was going to be a history professor because I loved history so much. And look at me now. I'm not even close to that. Somewhere down the line, I'm not even close. But I do have a grandson who's 9 years old and can beat me up in math like nobody's business. That boy is a whiz. He loves it to death. I mean, anything that has to do with mathematical problems, he really just goes all out for it. And I really entice children or help to, or we do everything we can here. We have different things that we do, events and things that we do, and we really try to help kids realize their potential and what they can do. And just that it has nothing to do with people saying that they can't do it. They can do anything they want to if they put their mind to it.
That's right.
Yes.
And don't let anybody put them down. Don't let anybody bully them. And, that's the one thing is that I can't stand is bullies, as people pick, and the sad part is it's not just kids. It's, sometimes it's adults too.
Right.
And I remember one time there was this, I'm terrible. I cannot butt in where I shouldn't be. We were coming out of a grocery store one day and this guy was screaming at this lady, and you could just see the look on her face, like she had no self-esteem and what have you. And I walked up to him and I went, "Hey, pick on somebody your own size." And he was a big guy. He turned around and he looked at me and he goes, "What?" And I said, "Pick on somebody your own size." And he goes, "Like you?" And I said, "Bring it." Like that. And he just looked at me and he backed off and he never said another word. And they got in the car and left. And my husband goes, "Honey, one of these days someone's going to pull out a gun." And I said, I could see his hands. He didn't have a gun. And so my husband has a tendency to go, no, we're not. He grabs my hand. We're walking away now. Because I cannot stand to see people being picked on or bullied. And I was the same way when I was in high school. I just couldn't. I stuck up for everybody that everybody picked on. And but your grandson, he really intrigued me when he came in. He was, it was really funny because when I told him we were doing the interview, he goes, "What interview?" I said, "Radio." And he just, his smile, and he just lit up, his face, his facial features, he just lit up, and just seems to be so sweet. I mean, he just has that gentle personality that, you just want to walk up and give him a hug and go, "You were just so sweet. I can't help myself." But of course, you as grandparents, you know that, right?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
So, how many grandkids do you have?
5.
You have 5?
5.
Awesome.
And he's the oldest.
And he's the oldest? Mm-hmm. Now, do all of them live in the area?
We have, one lives out in Utah. 2 live with us right now with our son, who's a disabled vet. And the other one lives in Kernersville. And Dawson's with us. That's 5.
Well, that's great. I mean, I have 3 grandsons that their dad is in the military, and they got stationed out in the state of Washington. So we Skype.
Yes. Dawson was born in Puyallup, Washington.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's where we moved from.
Oh, how wonderful! So you know that area, or you've been out there?
We lived there for 13 years.
Wow! I grew up in Oregon.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I really did. I'm from the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have people here tell me, "You talk a little fast," and I went, "I do." And they go, "Can you slow down?" Okay. Is this better? And they go, "Yes." And I went, "Okay." And I forget, and I just go, and I just talk, and especially when I'm excited. And oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to put that on. If you heard that beep, it's my phone. I forgot to put it on silent. Sorry about that. Let me do that real quick before we have any more. Okay, that won't happen now. I told you I do silly stuff, so that happens to be one of them. At least it wasn't, "Hello, you got a text message."
Yeah.
Because my phone talks to me. And when people hear that, they look at me and I went, "Yes, I got a text message." But my husband, it sounds like he loves Star Wars. So it sounds like, okay, now I can't even think. What am I? The big furry guy, Chewbacca.
Oh.
It sounds like Chewbacca. He has that sound, he makes. So every time he gets an email, I look at him and I went, "Really?" Because it goes off a lot and people just start laughing, especially here at the store because they just look at him and I'm like, "Oh." So one day he changed it. It wasn't any better. But so this event, what we're doing is we're trying to advertise and help advertise this event. I know it's been all over Facebook.
Yes.
We've done everything we can to try and help out and let people know about it, and also to get the vendors there to us. What I'd like to do for you is I have several pieces of jewelry I'd like to donate for y'all to be able to auction off, and use that money toward the fees that you need.
Great. Thank you so much.
That is wonderful.
That's
You're
wonderful.
welcome. Well, once again, I want you to give the email address of how they can contact you.
To contact Peggy, the email address would be sense4warmers@gmail.com. And for myself, it's angel27263@gmail.com.
See, now this wasn't as bad as you thought, huh, Rick?
It was scary.
Poor Rick, when he first came in, he thought he was going to pass out. He saw the microphones and went, "Oh." That was it. He just wanted to hide.
It's worse than being in the principal's office.
Oh, there you go. See, now he's talking. We're getting ready to stop. Now he talks, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it, and I wish you all the all the luck in the world with this. And we'll say our prayers, and hopefully God God will bring everything that you need and get everything taken care of for you.
Thank you, and thank you for having
Thank
us.
you for having us.
No problem. After the break, we will continue discussing giving back. This is The Clever Artist, and I'm your host, Shirley Jackson. You are listening to WGIV 103.3 FM.